Hi guys, it's Dave. It's Monday, May 14th, 2018. And officially we now have 3 layers of automation that are running. And I just want to show you what this means because it's huge and it's exciting. And for those of you who are interested in moving forward with Blitz projects we're going to explain pretty soon what the packages are that you can get because it's really something else. So let me show you the first layer of automation that's normally impossible. We're going to take a 7-page website and turn it into a 14,000 page website in seconds. And that's going to include 2,000 subdomains being created, which do not exist right now. And then all web pages are HTTPS secured, which is optional. We have 3 ways for you to create these. You really should do it one way or another because it's good for rank. HTTPS is really good for rank. Then no need for copying images or CSS or JS folders into each subdomain, or else you'll be copying it 2,000 times, I might add. But relative paths are going to work. So ready? Let's just show you how that layer of automation is done because it's pretty crazy. This is a 7-page website. That's it. It's got 7 pages. Okay. There's really nothing for a sitemap. Not yet. The XML sitemap just has those 7 pages. Then what? We're going to go in the admin panel. We're going to change it to a 14,000 page website. How are we going about that? Well, pretty simple. We have all these different companies here for locksmiths around the nation, and we want to pitch them, right, so that we can offer them our services. Okay, so we can get a bunch of them paying us monthly to handle marketing for them. That's the whole idea, right? So I've got a bunch of different locksmiths in here, all their information really, and that's about it. So what I'm going to do now is add that to my website. So I'm going to go into batch GV and I'm going to import that file just like so. And I can count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Oh, there we go. We're done. That was it. Now, if I come back to my sitemap, let me go ahead and refresh it. Oh, that's neat. I got 2,000 subdomains here totally, and they're all HTTPS secured. That means green padlock up here, right? The secure green padlock. So I can go into any one of these pages like so, okay? And that's got the 7 pages for that website. You could say that microsite. So here we go. This is the company. That's their information, their phone number, their text number, whatever it is, whatever I got to work with. Down here is their Google Map. It's live, it's real. The contact us. If I had their email addresses, these would be legitimate. And if they get on my monthly, then that's fine. I can update this information just by changing it on that Excel file and then re-uploading it. Piece of cake. Okay, that's all their information. So mostly they'd be getting phone calls, right? Having said that, yeah, anybody who gets on it, we'll go ahead and set them up and push it forward. Now, the XML sitemap, same kind of thing, right? This is huge. And all of these pages work, okay? I can go down through this massive list, and they're all subdomains. So let me just open one of these, like totally random, okay? I want to make the point. There we go. A1 Pro Service Core, this is their information. You'll notice that their Google Map is different, okay? All their information is different, but it's about them. And if I look at the source code, what am I going to see? The canonical URL is correct, complete with the HTTPS. And if I do a search for .jpg, say, okay, I'm looking for file paths for images and stuff, it is a relative URL, okay? No HTTPS:// stuff happening in the page. So for those of you who know, that means the page loads faster, so it ranks higher because it loads faster. So the pages load fast, they're on subdomains, and they're HTTPS secured. That's really amazing, okay? And that is what you want to be able to offer so that you can ask people for money because it's quality, right? Or you can just market yourself nationwide, your company information on every single page, right? For all the different products and services. There's your first layer of automation, okay? So where does it go from there? Let's come back to our handy dandy list here. We turned our 7-page website into a massive one, created the subdomains, right? All web pages are HTTPS secure, no need for copying the images. We did that. What's the second level of automation? You can buy this power for a growing list of industries that's already in place. Let me show you what I mean. So we were here, 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 and here. We're done with all that. We're on to here now. Let me close those other tabs. This is website-installer.com. There are a bunch of industries up in here. And then there's just loose end if you want to buy the software itself and reach out to me to tell me what it is you want to do for a project, right? There guys are getting these individual images or industries. So let's just say you wanted to do driveway contractor. Okay, there are 4 options here. You can check out some of these demos. You can just kind of look at them, right? And take a look at the ones you like. Now they're all enabled the same way. So they can all work the same way. We can go stick this on a website and it has the functionality. So we can go look up a list of driveway contractors across the US. It's easy to find a list of companies across the US and get all their information. And then just upload it, create a massive website benefiting them. Or if you're doing a nationwide driveway contractor business, then you could do this like if you're trying to pitch on behalf of driveway contractors nationwide yourself and bring the calls into your dispatching center. Anyway, that's how that's done. All of these are Blitz enabled. How do you know? If you hit the Get Details link on any of these, it will say right here if it includes full Blitz functionality. Okay, that's it. That's what that means. Blitz. Blitz means just that instant creation of subdomains and page contents, right? All the control that we have for that is called Blitz. Okay, and it's instant. Now, here's that. So far, that's 2. And also, here's the other point I got to make. When you go to buy this thing, any one of these, right, and you say, I'm going to buy it, there's a video that just explains what you're doing, but it's pretty simple. Fill in the order form information, really easy, okay? Then down here, fill in the company information if there is company information. It tells you select the country first, USA, and then from there select the state. My case, whoops, I live in Washington, right? So this is simple, right? And so on and so forth. Okay, now here's the point. Select the county. Well, okay, I'm going to select King County because that's where I live. Select the city, Issaquah. That's where I live. Okay, and then I can put in my zip code, right? 98029. Now, here's the point I want to make about this because this is a really big deal. Okay, I can, all this information here that I did not yet fill in but could fill in, as a matter of fact, what the heck, right? Like, let me just kind of fill something in to make the point. Look, this is good enough as general information, okay? Now, I need to use an existing domain, either one I already have, and I got to set the name servers for it, or I got to buy a new domain so I can do a search. Best driveway contractors near us, okay? .com or whatever. Search. And it'll tell me if it's available, and that's why I put it in there so I just don't have to keep playing around with that. I can say, yeah, it's available. I can add it, right? You need to do one of these 2 for domains, either one you have or one you get, right? Then you can buy with a full payment, right? And it tells you the price, complete with the Blitz functionality. You're going to be able to go haywire with this, and you don't need monthly SEO because you can just keep updating your website easily. Or you can pay with a subscription, right? 3 months, it tells you what you would owe. 6 months, it tells you what you would owe. 1 year's the longest. It tells you what you would owe. Usually 6 months is the best choice. Whoops, in this case, 12 months. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So usually 6 months is the best choice. Okay? Just so you know. All right, you can buy. All right? And guess what happens after you buy? The whole thing gets installed for you right away, and we're building this in now, so it's going to actually work by the time you get these, most likely, or within like a week or so this will be done, maybe 2 weeks. Here's what's going to be. When you install it, it will notice your company information, it will notice the city you're in, and it will go find all the cities near you, and it will create your pages for all those subdomains for your cities near you automatically. What's that mean? Driveway contractor has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. That's 7 pages. Well, if I was installing it for a company, okay, this isn't about where I live. It's not about me. It's about the company. If I'm installing it for the company and the company is in Issaquah, well, look, there are all these cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's like 30 cities here, okay? I might do business in any one of those 30 cities. If the job's big enough, I might just do it, right? So what's the point? If that's 30 cities times 7 pages, that's a 210-page website specializing in the different page stacks for every city, right? So that we have pages for every city. So we have the logic already built in the back end for all your keywords and stuff, right? So it's going to be keywords times locations. So if you go and fill this in, it's going to be 30 locations times probably 60 keywords for you. If not 100, it's going to be some crazy number of pages that you're already going to have. You know, it could be a 1,400 page website. It could be more. Whatever we feel is a really good round fit, we'll do. So what that means is you'll be starting off immediately with a multi-thousand page website. So the moment you buy it and it goes, okay, it will install itself, send you the email with the admin logon, cPIN logon, all that jazz. And it will also create all those extra pages, put them in the sitemaps, stick them in the robots.txt file, and submit all that to Google, Bing, and Yahoo on your behalf. Happens automatically when you hit the blue button down here marked buy, whether you're buying it with a full payment or paying with a subscription. Okay, word of the wise, buying it with full is cheapest. Okay, but if you are going to pay with a subscription, the best option winds up being the 6-month option, unless you just, dollar for dollar, 3 months is cheaper. If you want to move that route, go that route. Okay, what's my point here? What would possibly come after all that? So we're going to create a website for you, and it's going to create pages for every geo-targeted keyword you have, and it's going to submit it all to Google. It's going to happen immediately when you buy. And guess what we do after that is done? We go to this original one back on the website, and we create a new version of it so that your content is unique. This actually, every page has to be rewritten for the next client. Once this is bought, somebody else has to, we have to create new content for the next buyer, right? So that the content's unique every time. How's that for incredibly awesome? Now, then you might say, okay, well, wow, that's pretty insane, right? I mean, if I can just pay for a website that puts itself up in minutes and that already covers all of my geo keyword pages and submits the sitemaps for me, what more could you need? Well, that's the beauty of it all. Here's what it is. Let's first review what we want to accomplish by summarizing the challenge of ranking. Okay, people search Google by typing in keywords. Google shows 10 organic or free, the free listings. Okay, they're going to show 10 websites on page 1 for any keyword search. Those 10 results are different combinations if the keyword is different. If you go Seattle dentist, you'll get 10 results. If you go dentist Seattle, not all 10 are identical anymore. Some of those fell to page 2. Some of the ones on page 2 popped up on page 1. And the ones that were left over are resorted slightly. Okay? They're not all in the same position. You could have one website is in the same position, but it's not so often that it happens that way. And as soon as you start going into different keywords, you're going to get more and more variation like that. Some of those 10 results are the same. Other results fall off the front page, right? All of the 10 results you do see, people tend to click one, usually from the top 5. Or they don't click any. They do a different search because they didn't see anything in the blueprint that resonated with them, right? Your goal is to be all of the top 5 results for every keyword. That's your biggest hope. How do I be all of the top 5 results for every keyword? Well, Google shows different websites for each of the top 5 listings. So if you want to maximize your organic clicks, you need 5 different websites. You have to make 5 websites that can show up on the front page. Okay, one will not take up all the slots, so you need different ones to take up all the slots. Your goal is to shove your competitors down and take up their spots with websites that belong to you. As many as possible, keyword by keyword by keyword by keyword. Okay, and those websites need great coding, different images, different colors, and wording, which actually is why we create sets in the first place. Where's that thing that I wanted? I mean, this is why we, hello. This is why we have variations in the first place. If you wanted to get a jump start, you would start with 4. And then you would order more from us. Say, hey, Dave, I need more, right? And we make more so that you can really be competitive. ROI begins with taking up multiple front page positions on Google. Okay, by the way, for anyone who thinks, wow, I never thought about it that way before, your biggest competitors have. Your your biggest competitors have at least 80 websites by now. Okay, all competing to be on the front page of Google. Several of them are showing up. You may not even recognize that those websites belong to the same company. They don't look the same. They don't have the same logo or company name. They don't have the same phone numbers necessarily. They might not. It's okay. But that's called the illusion of diversity. If you look in the small print at the bottom, often you see it's the same company made them all, and that's a telltale sign. Okay, but often you won't even see that. Anyway, that's the name of the game. Get several websites in play. And usually each website needs a geo-targeted web page for every keyword. 15 cities times 60 keywords is a 900-page website, right? We would need 5 of those, okay? Or nationwide, 2,000 cities times 10 pages, 1 page per topic, is a 20,000 page website. We still need 5 of those, okay? Or at least 4 of those. Like in this case, we build everything in 4s so far. Those websites focus on the same cities and keywords, but they need to have different colors, images, unique content. Also, we need to interlink those websites so they have reference links, right? So that Google can see coming and going, links coming in, links going out. And finally, we might need to get some regular directory listings and authority links to those websites, which is simple. Just go out and put some, go to a directory. Which website are you going to put in there? All 5 or 4 or 20, however many websites you wind up having so you can take over. Our locksmith clients are working with thousands of websites, right? The biggest guys who do dispatching nationwide have thousands of websites. All right. The process above will pretty much guarantee your website will rank and get traffic, especially if on-page SEO is easy, and it is. Our Blitz process uses minute SEO for total control. So while your competitors are out there hiring SEO guys at 60 grand a year, and they hire 3 of them, so they're spending 180,000 a year on the labor for SEO, right? You can do it all in minutes. What the other guys take months to do, you can do in minutes if you set up this way. Okay, so what is our number 3? It's that we are finalizing the bulk purchase option at Website Installer. This allows us to install websites that are Blitz enabled and have full industry contents for Blitz expansion. The websites install themselves automatically, create the subdomains and pages automatically, and the sitemaps submit themselves to Google, Bing, and Yahoo automatically. Each website takes about 90 seconds from the point of buying a domain name to everything else, setting it forward, setting up the hosting, setting up the cPanel, installing the template, uploading all the related keywords, uploading the related cities, and creating all the subdomains and submitting the sitemap. So let's see a demo of this progress so far. And just so you know, like 10 websites would take about 15 minutes to fully set up and submit. And 100 websites would take 2.5 hours. 100. If you're buying 100 websites, you're paying for 100 domain names plus templates. Okay, so you're going to spend like $1,000 on domain names and get templates, right? And have it all auto installed through Website Installer on a Blitz installation. We can backlink them all through each other. We can have them reference each other. We're thinking through logic for that because there are so many ways to do it well. And literally we can have all the websites up, installed and running with massive number of pages each and backlinks and submitting the sitemaps to Google, Bing, and Yahoo just from the press of the buy button, just by making the payment after you organize the basic information. Then all you need to do is decide which websites to get wildcard SSL certificates on if you want to do the HTTPS securing, which is, I mean, you could always wait, see which pages rank first without them. And if you got websites that are ranking without them, why even bother? But for those of you that wonder, there are 3 ways to do it, okay? You can buy one, 75 bucks. That's cool. We could install a free one, but it takes some programming work, so there's still a cost and there's more of a delay. Buying one happens like that. 15 minutes, you're live. Programming that has to go to a queue might take 3 or 4 days. Using the software installer to auto create your subdomains for you, it'll happen now, but it'll move at about 450 subdomains an hour. That's not bad if you're installing 2,000, I guess. You know, it'll take like 5 hours to complete. But if you're actually trying to, you know, do really big up and down jobs, you know, put up a ton of pages, take a bunch down, put up a bunch more, take a bunch down, put up a bunch more, all through the year, add to it, then going ahead and getting a proper wildcard SSL so it instantly updates for you, it's totally worth its weight. Okay. But then you can hit the button in each admin panel when you're ready to resubmit in the HTTPS sitemaps to Google by pressing a single button. Okay, how's that going to look? Well, let me show you. Okay, if I go to, I just go here. Okay, this is where the where we're working on it. It's mostly done, but it's still in test mode. So just bear with me, right? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy in a bunch of information. Okay, I got a domain over here that I want to buy. The assumption is no one bought these yet. Here's the theme number I want to install. The assumption is I'm just picking them by the theme numbers on Website Installer. There are a lot of themes on Website Installer and they all have numbers. And then what? I'm going to put in the company, name of the company. I just put in some fake ones, right? Street address. I mean, it's all fake information. I'm just showing you what we're doing because this is in test mode, right? So street address, phone for calls, phone for SMS, email for the contact forms, email for forget password, state, city, zip code. What else do you think we'll be adding soon? You know, cross-link or backlink method, and 1 or 2 or 3 other things that we'll choose to add, like whether the index, whether the project should index right away or not. How's that? And so anyway, take a look at this. I'm just gonna Control C. What is that? That's 11 websites, right? So that's the idea. I'm going to go ahead and paste in 11 websites and hit process data. Okay, here's what's golden. Okay, it's telling me which domains are and are not available. Okay, in other words, if they're not available, someone already owns them. Somebody actually bought dave2.net. Okay, whoops, I'm going to just highlight that. If I go there, yeah, there's something there. Somebody bought it. I don't know why. So these are not available. Ooh, they're not available. Okay, how am I supposed to do my test if all of these domain names are not available? Watch this. I'm going to do a real quick thing. I'm going to go through here and say, okay, Control H, right? Let's change Dave to, you know, WMS 2 Dave. Okay, place all. There we go. I figured no one owns those. Okay, let's try that. Okay, remove the not available. Discard the list. Control All, Control V. Let's try it again. Process the data. Check it out. Oh, I didn't know it, but they're still working on this in the back end because normally this would show it to me. I'll be dang. Okay. Anyway, yes, this would show, and I would compute the price, and then I'd just go ahead and I wonder if I can do it. I don't know. It's going to still say remove the ones that are not available, which is, yep, it's part of the old process. All right. Anyway, this is how it does look. Let me, okay, take a look. It just starts doing this routine, right? Okay. And in the meantime, we were saying, well, you know, we had issues with the process. The top 2 failed because the cPanels already existed, but now the installation page seems stuck, waiting for completion, right? So we were going through some of that. And then what else? What about this? If we get a hang up because something fails for whatever reason, then it's blocking whatever is remaining. It's like, I got to get that fixed. These are the only things that are holding us up. Everything works, okay? So we're just going through the last of the error cleaning, checking, and so on, and then we're going to be able to launch this thing. And For those of you who bought it, literally bought your own copy of Website Installer, right? That's 10 grand, okay? And you get your copy of Website Installer for your purposes. We'll repurpose it to work the way you need, whatever way it is you need. That way you can do anything you want. You could set the price of the themes to $0 and just simply install them onto your server, you know, for the cost of your domain names. That way you can just take over industries. If there's a certain industry you want to go after and you want us to create templates for that industry and set this thing up so that you can do auto installation that way, let us know. A lot of stuff we can do, and that's the whole point. All right, I'm going to start putting packages together before too long and get them up so that you guys know what you can buy and where you can step in at, because there are many places in the system where you can step in, you know, at your level, depending on what you have to work with. Do you want to get a Blitz software by itself? Do you want it for HTML or do you want it for T to H? Okay, those are different packages. Do you want us to do a Blitz project for you and for whatever the particular purposes that you want? Do you want us to create a few so that you can get some real wedging in your industry, in your area? Or do you want to go really far? Do you want to do something like get a copy of Website Installer, maybe even a version of Get Trial Leads that's repurposed to work with it, like for cold callers to log in and do stuff, right? A lot going on. Okay, I got to get to this guy, so there you go. We'll chat again soon.